like to smile in the future, but through whatever you see, through all the rain and the pain, you gotta keep your sense of humor.
First tonight, we are getting new reaction to the shooting that killed a teen at a senior skip day event at Shelby Farms Park.
When deputies arrived, they found a 17-year-old male suffering from gunshot wounds.
They were just shooting from everywhere. It was people in the parking lot, like it was just people everywhere shooting.
Very sad that we had to go through that, as high schoolers, to see someone, dead.
Tuesday, April 14th, 2026. More than 200 students from different high schools gathered at Shelby Farms Park for Senior Skip Day, a day that has become a tradition among seniors to celebrate the final year of school.
Shit. Shit. He finna catch they ass. Look at him, he finna catch they ass.
Yeah. That was enough.
Yeah. Ooh, they hit the block. They hit the block. What?
A few minutes later.
Gunfire broke out during the event, leaving a 17-year-old Millington Central High School student deceased. Authorities reported that the incident began as a playful water gun fight, but escalated when someone pulled out a real firearm.
Breaking news right now, we've been following since about 12:15 this afternoon. A teenager is dead after a shooting at a playground at Shelby Farms Park.
There was an unsanctioned and unauthorized senior skip day event happening here in Shelby Farms Park.
Investigators say deputies were first called to the park around 12:15 Tuesday afternoon for reports of unruly behavior, but that call was quickly upgraded to shots fired. When deputies arrived, they found a 17-year-old male suffering from gunshot wounds.
Because we were all running around just playing water guns. I was standing by a tree and I heard girls saying someone has a gun. I'm like, wait, who? Okay, I say that. Next thing you know, we just hear a gunshot. Pop, pop, pop. I'm like, oh, so we just start running. They were just shooting from everywhere. It was people in the parking lot. Like, it was just people everywhere shooting. People was running over each other. Keys lost. I lost my keys. Like, people heard this girl bust her knee open. It was just a dangerous environment. It just made me open my eyes, make me not want to come back outside anymore. Because it's like we can't come outside anymore. We can't have fun. Like, we have prom coming up. I don't even want to be out for that anymore because it's like, I'm scared something's going to happen. We can't all get together and enjoy ourselves without worrying about is someone going to get hurt, is somebody going to fight. Like, this is not it.
There was some sort of a disturbance or a water gun fight that escalated to some type of gunfire.
Investigators say the teen, a junior at Millington Central High School, was rushed to Regional 1 Hospital. He later died from his injuries.
Bystanders tried to save the teen's life before first responders arrived. No arrests have been made, and detectives are still working to determine whether one or multiple shooters were involved.
The Shelby County Sheriff's Office received a call about a shooting at the park shortly after noon. Officers arrived to find a teenager who had been shot and rushed him to the hospital where he later died. The victim has been identified as 17-year-old Coriuan Bean.
We're going to have some continuing coverage tonight when it comes to our deadly shooting during a senior skip day at Shelby Farms Park. Family and church members have identified the young man as 17-year-old Coriuan Bean. He was a junior at Millington Central High School.
From what we have learned so far, is that there was an unsanctioned and unauthorized senior skip day event happening here in Shelby Farms Park. When deputies arrived on the scene, they found nearly 200 students representing several schools here in the park. From what we have heard from some witnesses' reports, that there was some sort of a disturbance or a water gun fight that escalated to some type of gunfire. We are uncertain as to what the connection is between the victim and the shooter. We do not have anyone in custody at this time. We are working to learn exactly who pulled the trigger in this incident.
I love him so much. He was gone too early. He never even experienced trouble or been in nothing. He just gone just this one walk. So y'all be safe and be careful.
Students stood quietly, many wiping away tears as Coriuan Bean's mother spoke. Moments later, balloons filled the sky outside Millington Central High School as friends and family remembered the 17-year-old junior. Pictures of Coriuan were passed between classmates while others embraced holding each other close.
Coriuan was just a junior, but wanted to join in on the celebration festivities. However, his mother said that she had no clue that he even attended the event. Based on details obtained from police scanners, it was reported that Coriuan suffered a gunshot wound to the head.
My baby was a good guy. I just can't believe he's gone this early.
And he was 17?
17 years old. Just wanted to go have fun with the other children on Magic because he knows that I knew he was a senior skip day. I would say, you better not go.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I know he knew better than leaving this school. I'm just saying, baby, why did you leave this school? Why did you leave this school?
Coriuan Bean, he's the 17-year-old that was shot and killed at Shelby Farms Park on Tuesday. Now, this was at a senior skip day, and this story is heartbreaking. But after I spoke with Coriuan's mom, it's even more heartbreaking. She said that she didn't even know that he had went to a senior skip day. He went to school like any other normal day. And she said even if she knew anything about it, she would have told him, don't go. She said he was a great kid. He was not disobedient, and he mentored other students, and he loved to play football, and he loved to cook. And she is well known for her cooking here in Millington, and she said he recently got into cooking, making her eggs and bacon for breakfast. And she said that she will miss her baby boy, and she said that this is just so unexpected, and that one choice to go to that senior skip day at Shelby Farms Park changed her life, and it took away her son's life.
Reports from police scanners indicated that a man wearing a ski mask fled the scene in a blue Dodge Charger after the shooting. On Friday, April 17th, a 16-year-old was taken into custody in connection with the shooting.
A 16-year-old is under arrest and charged in the shooting at Shelby Farms that took the life of a 17-year-old Millington Central High School student this week.
A 16-year-old boy was taken into custody by the Shelby County Sheriff's Office. He's charged with first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, reckless endangerment, and aggravated assault.
Court was in session Monday for a 16-year-old accused in the deadly shooting of 17-year-old Coriuan Bean, a junior at Millington Central High School. The 16-year-old suspect was joined by his attorney, mother, and family as they listened to the judge read the charges against him. He remains charged as a juvenile in this case. However, a spokesperson with the Shelby County District Attorney's Office says the chief prosecutor presiding over the case will decide if they'll request a transfer to adult court.
Horn says he's working to keep the boy in juvenile custody, so he'll be under supervision until age 19 and could potentially be rehabilitated. He tells me he's still waiting to get evidence from the investigation, but what they've gathered so far is there were multiple shooters. Horn says he could argue self-defense for his client because of it.
What we determined was, one, that the government's star witness was a shooter. That's the first thing. And two, that there were multiple shooters involved that day. And as I told you earlier, we've had witnesses that have started to come forward, potentially that will say this other shooter was the one that was the first aggressor.
A mother present at the event took to social media to share her experience.
Today, my daughter and my son went to their senior skip day. It was a bunch of schools, And all the 2026 seniors basically said they wanted to do a senior skip day. First, it was addresses that they was giving out. I wasn't going. Like, nah, it's an open field, just, nah. So then they said Shelby Farms Park. So I'm like, okay, cool, Shelby Farms, the Shelby County Sheriff out there, that's a place where nothing really ever goes on out there. Like, that's a good park. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we got out there. When we first got there, we were sitting in the parking lot, and we were seeing kids walking down, but we didn't know where they were going. So I ended up, after I was sitting there for about 10, 15 minutes, Zaria was waiting on her. Well, they were waiting on their friends. Zaria and Linton was waiting on their friends. I went on ahead and I took them down to where I seen the kids walking to. When we got down there, I seen they was down there having a good time. I pulled up. They sat in the car for a minute, kind of like I said, waiting on their friends to get there so they can get out with their friends. When their friends got there, they got out, they went with their friends. I sat there, I did not leave. As I told y'all in the beginning, I told them the rule was, if y'all want to go, I have to go. So when we got there, when the sheriff said, oh, this was a unsanctioned event and all that, granted, it probably was. I know they didn't. Nobody asked for for the Shelby Farms permission to do the senior skip day. I know they didn't ask. I know that, but the sheriffs was out there when I pulled up. It was plenty of sheriffs, plenty of park rangers, plenty of people out there. Plenty of police presence was out there. So that also made me feel a little secure because, like I said, they had the park rangers out there and they also had police out there. The police was even telling the kids, like, hey, y'all stay over here with the water guns. Let the people that's gonna drive, let them be over there. Let them park over there. And this is where y'all get on. They got on the intercom and said this to the kids. What I'm thinking what happened was, they got lax because I was there for about 3 hours. The kids were having a good time. Nothing was going on. There was no fights. That was a rumor. It was a fight. Where I was parked, where I was bagged in at, was where everything was going on at. Like, I could see everything. I could see my kids right here. If they walked over there, I could see them. Wherever they walked, I could see them. My eyes would be on them. So the lie about the fight, I didn't see a fight. If there was a fight, it was really, really quick, and I didn't see it. I didn't see anybody fighting. What I did see, like I said, they were out there. The kids had splat guns. They had water guns. They had water balloons. They were just out there being kids. Was there some drinking and smoking going on? Yes, they was out there with their little drinks and their little smoke. But y'all, it's senior skip day. I know y'all could think back to y'all senior skip day. Some of y'all did probably worse. I'm not saying it's okay, and no, my kids was not a part of the smoking and drinking. They was not a part of that, but it was kids that were out there. So me being a parent, when I seen kids out there drinking and stuff like that, I would just ask, like, hey, I can't tell y'all what to do. I'm not your parent, but if y'all gonna drink, how y'all getting home? Who driving? They're like, no, man, we Ubered. I'm like, okay, well, that was smart. At least y'all was smart enough to Uber. When I gave those kids they flowers out there saying that, oh, before y'all get on here with the negative comments, that's because I had been sitting out there for so long and nothing was going on. Those kids were out there having a great time. Nothing was going on. They were out there literally with splat guns, water guns, like I said, water bottles. They had water balloons. Nobody was getting mad because they were getting shot with the Orby guns or whatever. Nobody was mad. It was a good time, y'all. I'm watching these kids have a good time. When those individuals pulled up, that's when all hell broke loose. That's when the shooting occurred. Those kids were out there having a good time. To me, it seemed like somebody called and said, hey, you're up at Shelby Farms Park and get here, because that's where they at. It seemed like a hit to me. I don't even think the little boy that got shot, I don't even think he was a target. I don't think he was a target. I think he was just an innocent bystander who was just out there running. Everybody was running when the shots rang out. When the first shot rang out, I looked and I seen a boy shooting, but I couldn't really see at first. And I'm like, was that a shot? Until the second shot rang out and the other guy started shooting. So once I got my kids to safety, once I knew they were in the car and they were safe with me in the truck and safe with me, I Bean pulled up to check on the little boy who got shot. I didn't know at the time where he got shot at. I just knew that he was shot. My kids were scared, like, hey, no, you can't put our life in danger. I'm like, I don't know if it's other parents out here at the moment. I got to make sure this baby is okay. I have to call see if I can call somebody, get a parent, somebody. Lo and behold, it was more than just me out there as a parent with their kids. It was other parents out there with their kids. It was other guardians out there with, kids and big brothers and big sisters that maybe are in their 20s and 30s out there with their, their seniors. I got out and I checked on the little boy. When I walked up, I don't know if it was his girlfriend. I'm guessing it was his girlfriend. I'm guessing. I could be wrong. Please don't quote me. I could be wrong. I'm thinking that was his girlfriend. She tried to pick him up, and I was telling them don't move him because I had already seen all of the blood. So I didn't want them to move him. At this time, kids are hysterical. These are kids trying to help. You have adults that are starting to walk up at the moment, but you have all these kids trying to help this boy on the ground. I seen all of it. She tried to sit him up. She's like, no, we got to put pressure on his head. When she set him up, I seen all the blood. So, like I said, all these narratives about, the sheriff want to put it off on the kids, like, this was an unsolicited event. You guys seen these kids out there. You seen them out there having fun. Nobody tried to stop them. Nobody told them they had to leave or anything.
My condolences go out to the friends and family of Coriuan Bean. It seemed like our young people live life like it's a video game, equipped with a cheat code that grants endless lives. And it's sad because nobody is truly safe at these type of events, because you never know when shots will ring out. So we forced to accept this as our new norm. And it can happen whether there's an altercation or not. A simple argument can turn into shots fired. I don't know about y'all, but I'm starting to hate it here. But let me know your thoughts on this one down below. And if you haven't already and you digging the content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because I got more videos coming. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next one.
Yikes, you be like, hey yo, what's the price? Yikes, when it come to me, I do nothing twice. Yikes, 223, got you taking